my ex, long story short, sent me a 16-minute long voice message. Welcome, Modern Talkers. This is Modern Talk. Modern Talk, as my intro likes to say. Modern Talk. Why? It's a Halloween episode, so that's why I'm wearing this. I almost didn't address that right up top, which would have been silly. And if I get too serious, dude, I'm gonna pop this on, because that's how I roll, and I don't want to get too serious sometimes, because then it gets boring, and it's therapy, and you get uncomfortable, and you start going like this. You start stretching out your neckline. So yeah, I haven't done a ton. It was Halloween 2 days ago, and this was my outfit, aka costume. I went as Childish Gambino. There you go. I think you could see that. And because I'm wearing his shoes too, which I do every day. But yeah, that's what I did, and you can't do blackface nowadays, so I just had to wear a shirt. Not that was even a thought. That was all a joke. And yeah, don't take things too seriously when I say stuff, because it's, I'm a comedian. The lighting is a little bit weird. I don't know if you noticed. It's a little bit warmer. It kept shutting off, so I had to change things, and hopefully now it doesn't shut off. Wow, I'm really bored already. Yes, dude, I'm about to turn this off myself. But yeah, so I've been working really hard on the podcast, and I need to figure out how to do the podcast faster, because it's taking literally all my free time, and that's like okay right now, but I can't. Hopefully, I'll have some friends at one point or something in my life. So I'm gonna hope that I figure that out, and I know it's just gonna be slower in the start, and that's how it's gonna be. So I'm okay with that for now, but we gotta pick up the pace, babies, people. Woo! You need to pick up the energy, dude. Yeah. So this week, as a whatever I am, entertainer, artist. Definitely not an artist. Artists are only painters, and that's it. But yeah, people who make stuff need to live life in order to comment on that life, and I didn't do that this week. I can't tell you about my week because I was just in the lab, bro. As rappers like to say, and scientists, which is the only overlap of those things, of those two people saying the same thing. I never thought of that before, but that's hilarious. But that made me think, so since I didn't do anything, I have to tell you about what I've been thinking. I don't know what that is, but it felt like the right thing to do. I think that's West Side. Which I don't mean. Remember I said I'm a comedian? I don't even know it. I'm afraid of what that even entails. Everybody's dying, bro. The guy from Migos died, Takeoff. And that's insane. And I know this comes out 40 weeks too late, but that's 15 rappers in the last 4 years. And before that, it was like only Tupac and Biggie, and then it was like everyone was chilling for 20 years or whatever, 30 years, almost. It's crazy. And some of them died from natural causes, I think, like DMX didn't get shot or whatever, but it's wild, man. You know, they don't have like good reports yet because it happened, I think, yesterday or something. Yeah, it was yesterday. So I can't really comment on that specifically, but there's people are saying it wasn't even for him, and it's just like, how does that happen so many times for rappers? Not that every time a rapper died it was from a stray bullet, but like, I don't know, you just don't think someone that big like Migos would go down. I don't know. You can't put yourself in positions like that. Oh my gosh, not that I'm victim blaming him in any way, but or anyone, but I think of that when I'll put it more on me. I don't want to put myself in that position to be like that, because when you watch like shows like criminal shows, you see that it like always starts with like, it was really late at night and I knew I shouldn't have been out, or like we were drinking really heavily, and like 99.999% of the time drinking is fun and cool or whatever. For people, I don't drink, but and I think you know that if you listen, but then every time murder happens, it's like, not every time, but a lot of times there's drinking and drugs involved. So I'm just putting that on me, and I'm also seeing a lot of people getting canceled, or at least getting a really hard time about stuff that they do and say and stuff, and I think I'm being extra sensitive to that because my podcast is coming out. The breakup one is coming out next week now, because I think I said this last week, but I pushed it. I put the Anthony one out yesterday, and it's so good. I'm listening to it again. I didn't listen to it for a long time. I edited it a long time ago, and then I just never felt like the right time to put it out. And thankfully I didn't, because now I bought myself more time to figure out what I want to do for the next podcast. But it seems like, yeah, people are quick to hate, and it's really sad. But that's how it is, and I understand that urge or whatever, but it's just a lot, man. A lot of loss lately, I guess, and hate and unfortunate things. It's so loud here, man. I wish there was something I could do about it, but this is just the circumstances. So I think a lot about work ethic, and it's really important to me, and I think I talked about this a decent amount before. But what new I have to bring to this is work ethic is mostly, and maybe I'll come to find that this isn't true or isn't as true as I think it is. Work ethic is like mostly discipline. And maybe people already know that and think like that, but it's just like getting up every morning with intention and doing it. Like it's really kind of that simple, but things happen, dude. Like yesterday, I went to the office early in the morning. I think I got there at like 8 or something, which isn't that early, but I was discombobulated or whatever. And I bring my drink everywhere I go, because you just always have to stay hydrated, and you never know when you're gonna be thirsty. So I bring it everywhere. And I was walking up to the office. I was like, wow, I haven't had my hands free walking into the office in a really long time, I think, because I was bringing stuff in and out the past couple of days, but I felt like extra free. And I was like, man. And then when I got to the door, I was like, where's my drink? How did that happen? How did I do that? So I just stood there for like a minute, and I was like, is it in the car? Please be in the car. No, I looked. I remember not seeing something where I usually put it, and it didn't even register for some reason. I was just feeling off yesterday, I guess. And that set me off course the whole day. So then I had to go all the way. I either had to sit there, because all I do when I'm in the office, I do the work and then I drink. You know, every like few seconds I get stuck on something, I take a drink and think for a second or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do this, and then or I get distracted and then I take a drink. But I'm drinking all day and I pee like 45 times and I fill it up a couple times. So if I don't have that, it's gonna like throw me off, and you don't think as well when you're dehydrated or not hydrated. So I was like, I have to go back and get it. So I went all the way back, and then I was like, well, since I'm here, I'm gonna make this a maintenance day or whatever. So I did stuff. I did laundry. I didn't do laundry for a while because I was working really hard and long. Says Michael Scott. Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. That's where the water comes in. That's the perfect time for water. So I went to Target and I got stuff that I needed to get. And then, I did the thing right, but unforeseen circumstances got in my way and I couldn't do it. And I guess you could say it's an excuse that I couldn't work without water or something, but I'd like it better. and I needed to do that stuff anyway. But I've been like 12 hours in the office some days. Like a lot this past week. And I like it. I like doing it. But it's mostly discipline, and it's, you want to leave and go get something to eat or just chill and watch a movie at home or something, but you don't, because you have to do it, and I want to do it. So work ethic is mostly discipline. Wow, is that it? No, hold on. So this is a few things that I learned from therapy yesterday. And I wonder if I have this voice in my head that from my ex, and I won't say which one, but that this is the worst thing to have, I think, going through your head on a podcast. Nobody cares. And that freaking sucks, man. And maybe you don't, and maybe I'll cut this out or cut parts out that are dumb, and I do that sometimes. I was watching the World Series, and the Phillies were like hitting everything that the pitcher was throwing, and the commentator guy, he was a pitcher, and he was saying, yeah, sometimes there's a tell, and you don't even know you're telling the other person what, like, you have a tick that you do before every certain pitch. So like if you're gonna throw a slider, you do a little of that every time. So if someone picks up on it, he goes, Bryce Harper tells Realmuto, hey man, every time he goes like this, it's going to be a slider, so just wait on it and then bang it. So they hit a World Series record 7 home runs. No, 5 home runs? I don't remember, but it was a World Series record home runs off this guy. And the commentator was saying Now that softball's over, I have to talk about real baseball. That's what I just laughed at there. But the commentator said, yeah, it gets really bad because even if you don't have a tic and you think you have a tic, then you're all of a sudden really self-aware of everything you're doing, and that gets in your head. And so I think that could happen with me with the podcast, because I have this voice in my head like saying no one cares, even if it's not even true. But so this is my therapy. Dude, I would love this if I was me. Like if someone gave me the bullet points of the best things that they just learned at therapy, I'd be like, dude, this is free therapy. Thank you. And maybe not all of it 100% applies to me, but that doesn't matter. Like maybe it will in a week, and I'll have it now because I know. And maybe we're getting too serious. Let's get back into it. Okay. All right, we're feeling silly again. That's great. Okay. So this is therapy. Be okay with change. That's such a simple one, but it's so hard because people don't like, I especially don't like change, because then you have to readjust. Like, okay, I figured this out, let's do it. And then something changes and you're like, well, I have to do it something different now, at least something different. And then you have to figure out what it is, and sometimes it takes years, which is sad and scary to figure out. But so be in a place where anything can change and you'll be okay. Terrifying. How is that even possible? It's not, but you have to try. Like literally think about, I felt like a white girl or something. I don't even know if you heard what I said. I feel like a white girl or something. Like literally you just have to think about, but you have to like think about, now I'm in my head, dude. Yes, I'm way in my head. Okay. But yeah, be okay with anything changing in your life, because it will change, and be okay with it before it happens, so when it happens you don't get all flustered and crazy. Wow, I don't even want to do this podcast right now because I'm just like, that's so sad, man. Words are so dangerous. And I'm so impressionable, I think, so it doesn't help when someone says like negative stuff about me. And my work is like really trying to let that, I think of it as like washing over me, and just like letting it drip off me. And that's what it is, like no one cares about your writing process, and then it just like drips off. But I'm spongy today, huh? I don't know what that is. Cause like a lot of other times I don't feel, I'm like, she feels like that, and that's okay. And, and that's how it is. But a lot of times, and right now, I'm not feeling it. And I blame the light, cause it's different. But you have to be okay with change, and I wasn't, and see, that's a bad thing. Cause now I'm not okay. I needed to be okay with no lights, and I wasn't, and I paid the price. I'm paying the price right now. Learning in real time. She said, notice the feelings that come up with others. So if I have disappointment in others, see what that means about me and the expectations that I have for them, and if they're communicated with them, so they know that they're playing this game. So this is a really simple thing. Like if I say, hey, let's hang out, let's lang out. Hey, let's Mike Lang out. It's a really obscure reference that only Pittsburghers know, but let's hang out. Let's hang out. How about this day? And then they say, oh, it's my dad's birthday. Then that's the end of their text. That means you don't want to hang out. And that's disappointing because I was like, I wanted to hang out because I thought you wanted to hang out too. I don't want to, what's the word? Like force people to hang out with me. That's not the word I was looking for, but that's the boring version of it. Unconsensually hang out with me or something. I guess that's not even good either. But now I'm disappointed. But maybe they didn't even, think about that, about like the reschedule part of it, which is fine. Whatever. And then notice the judgments that come up, like the judgment of them not saying, hey, how about this day instead? Notice it and reflect it. And then what does it say about me that I'm expecting them to reciprocate or something in some way? Maybe in their head they're like, well, you say the next date, and then I'll say yes, most likely. So that's a small example, but this is one that I really needed and I need right now, but I'm not feeling. You're Tommy frickin' Waite. You're Tommy Waite, bro. I don't even know what I'm having a hard time discerning what I want to divulge and stuff. But because it's relating to my ex and stuff, and she's in my head, and I hate that. And by the time you hear this and listen to this and watch this and eat this and taste this and smell this episode, it's gonna I'll be good. But just right now I'm just I'm going through it. But I have everything in me. I don't need anything else. I don't need validation from other people. I don't need to hang out with other people. You need social interaction and all that good human connection stuff. But be in a place where you're okay to change and be by yourself. Because I think I have these codependent tendencies. And which is weird. I'm the only codependent loner. Like, that's so stupid. Because I like this week especially, I haven't seen anybody, but because I've been working and stuff. But I'm a codependent person, or I have codependent tendencies, and so that's kind of what I'm working on here. And I have everything I need inside me. That's what I mean by that. And I don't know why this came to me, but the way I like to think about it, and she's in my head again. Yes, dude, she said, this is so dumb, I can't believe you said this. And and that's like the worst of the internet. That's the internet just for people with any's. I'm thinking of like when she said, you have everything in you, you don't need anything else. For whatever reason, I thought of, I'm a beautiful fountain. Like, I just have a fountain of everything inside me and I don't need anything else. Like, I got Las Vegas in there, just shooting off water. I'm everything. And I looked for help in others, but I didn't look for it inside me first. So if I need a validation, like a joke I say or something, and I need someone else to laugh at it, I look to that person first, and then I live and die on what they think. But if I just looked inside first, I'd realize, oh, it is funny. It's great if they like it, but right now, I'm laughing, so I don't necessarily need it. And if they change, it'll be okay. So it's all in me. And then she said, like, think of it as like basking in your own rays of sunshine. So that's what I'm trying to do. Where am I? Who am I? How did it happen? So my ex, long story short, sent me a 16-minute long voice message, and most of it was just telling me what I did wrong in the whole relationship. So that didn't feel good. I'm worried that she thinks, because I watched back the, like I'm still in the midst of editing it, but I watched back the In Touch with Tommy 5, the breakup one, and I'm worried that she doesn't think that I took the breakup seriously because I laugh a lot in it, and I make jokes, but that's just what I do. It's what I am. But I'm having fun with it on the podcast, but that doesn't mean, I don't care about it during the rest of the day and, the week or whatever. But that reminded me, that you never know what people are going through. And I know that's like something that people say a lot, and we're getting a little serious. But when I looked at her social media, like when we first broke up, I haven't looked at it, thankfully, in a long time, but I think I talked about it like she looked free, and like happy, and then she recently revealed to me that she's still unhappy, and that I even hesitate to say that, but I say that to say, I think it's an important lesson of never knowing anything. You never know anything. That's kind of being okay with change and things going away, because you can't know that it's even there. That's insane. And I don't even believe that she's unhappy. I'm just now I'm a nihilist about breakups. That's what I am. You can't believe anything that was said in a relationship toward the end, at all, pretty much, especially during the breakup. And I don't believe anyone has to say about breakups. And if they say they'll always love you, I'm a nihilist. I don't believe. And if they say, I'll hate you forever, I don't believe. I'm a nihilist about breakups. I don't believe anything about post relationship stuff. Because they might not even know themselves, bro. Wow. This podcast is so good, dude. I found it. I'm back, baby. Alright, this isn't as serious. Some dude, I was on Twitter, and there was some dude named Aiden Ross, and I never heard of him. Apparently, what I learned from the comments, which, you know, take it with a grain of salt, obviously. He broke up with his girl recently, or she broke up with him, but they broke up, and and he's like a streamer or something, I guess, and he had a porn star on his stream like shortly after they broke up, and then he made out with her on a live stream. And I can't sit in a room by myself and talk about what happened to me and my feelings? What? Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I think the answer to that is I'm gonna make a sex tape, and then run for office. You know, just really blow people's minds. If I can't even sit in a room, I might as well go all the way and make a sex tape and run for office, which is also a news story that's relatively recent. That's not recent anymore because you're listening to this 40 weeks from now. Yeah, that's it, dude. I actually did it. There's a thing called Podchaser. Follow me on that. It's the IMDb of podcast, and I have like a podcast playlist on there, so check that out. Go look on my website. In the show notes of this episode, scroll down and you could click on the link, which is my website, to this episode and every episode ever, because I do supplemental stuff that is I think makes the podcast experience better. Look in the show notes and just click that link. You don't even have to type it in, like TommyWhite.com/podcast/in touch with Tommy 40 million. Thank you for sticking through this one, because this one was really, you listened, so thank you, my babies, and I hope this made you think, and keep in touch with your boy.